Hey, did you know if you add 50 grams to your 250 racer and fly a rotocross course set, you are going to add 2% to your lap times? It's true. You want to find out how we came up with that number? Stick around.
GoDroneX. X1. Only at GoDroneX.
Okay, a little history. Why did I even bother with this test? Well, I had a ZMR and I was breaking arms left and right. So what I did is I doubled up the arms. Well, as soon as I doubled up the arms, the thing felt heavy and it was piggy. So then I went out and bought some high quality arms from madlabsindustries.com. They're a local manufacturer. They got a brand new quad out called the Grasshopper. It was designed in part by one of our local racers. So that knocked me back 60 grams and all of a sudden I had a fast machine. The question is, I don't like to use the word felt. I'm a racer. I want some data. So what I did was I set up a quality, difficult rotocross course that we fly at my home field and we do at our local FPV tree racing summer league. And I wanted to get some benchmark times. That leads us to lap timing. How do we get accurate lap times? Well, during our races for FPV tree racers and GoDroneX, we use RC lap counters, iLap transponder and timing system. You can see right there, there's the transponder. However, that doesn't give me throttle input. So what I chose to do is use the Lewis script that written by myself from GoDroneX, available for download at GoDroneX for free for your Tyrannus. And not only does that give me lap times, but it also gives me throttle percentage. I pull 100 times a second the throttle position. So that's really useful. It's triggered by me manually hitting the momentary switch. Now you would say, well, there's human error. Well, I've actually compared my lap times from my lap timing software to the iLap system, and they're within 1/10 of a second. So I'm very confident that I'm getting a really good lap times. Let's talk about the equipment. Classic ZMR, 1.9, Clean Flight, Cobra 2204 motors, 3S battery, and for the props, I'm using DAL 5040s, which if you know anything about the thrust data, these are below a GemFan 5x3. So these are medium to low thrust blades, so it's going to get stressed out. Of course, they're great blades because they can take a beating. I would like you to try to do this test at home, add 60 grams of weight, and get some lap times. But if you're only at 50% throttle, the test isn't going to be valid. You need to be between the 75 and 85% throttle to feel the weight effect of your machine. That's when your machine starts to feel real piggy and heavy. So if you're using a 4S setup and 60/40 blades and you're only at 50% throttle, adding weight and doing this test will have no value to you at all. It's only when you're starting to get to the extreme of 85% throttle where your copter doesn't quite feel as responsive as you'd like to notice the lap times. And you also need to be able to fly consistent lap times. That's why you need the ultimate lap timer to do that. So let's head out to the field and get some lap times.
So let me go get some course footage, and I'll probably grab a nice aerial shot so you can see the course from up above. Then I'll show you the lap times for my session. Okay, so you can see here, let's see how we can do this. 27.4, 27.8, 27.6, 27.1. And we keep on moving down. 25.87, that was a ripper. A 26.63, I was pushing it. 27.5, 27.5, 28.3. So there's our outliers. Here's our two low times. They're the two or three deviations away. This is an outlier, bad lap. 29, another bad start lap, and then here we go again. 27.7, 27.2, and a 27.0. Now the point of this is, a lot of guys will say you got to run more laps. You know that's not a big sample. Well, if you've done this, and I suggest you try this at home, how many more laps do I need to find out to say that my bell-shaped curve is the center of it is 27.4? I could do this all day long, and I'm pretty much sure I might get a little better with practice, but for this course skill set, we're going to use 27.4 as my typical bell-shaped curve dead centered lap time. Okay. $29.4, $30, $29.1. So now it's starting to finally feel the groove with the extra weight. And then here's the good data, the bell-shaped data: 28.06, 28.7, 27.6, 27.8. So those are some fast laps. 28 even, 28.7, and then we had a 29.69. So if we kind of throw out, you can see these are the best times. They're very close to each other. Just do a quick rule of thumb. I'm going to call that a 28.1. And then here you can see all of a sudden I'm running a 27.2, a 27.1, a 26.9. The heavier version, my average was, there we go, 28 seconds. And my average bell-shaped curve laps from my light version is 27.4. That gives us a 0.6 second on average difference between the heavier version. 0.6 divided by, I took the average of the 28 and the 27.4, and that got me to 27.7. And that's a 2.16% difference. So 2.16% is a slower time for adding 60 grams, and I like to use rule of thumbs. So the rule of thumb here is 50 grams is equal to 2%. So there you go. There's your rule of thumb. I really like you guys to try this on your own. It's a very simple test. Turn your transmitter into a timer, fly a predefined course, go ahead, get consistent, find your bell-shaped curve, write it down, either download the GoDroneX Ultimate Lap Timer or have your buddy pull out his smartphone and just do some lap timing. You're going to see the same things that I saw, a nice bell-shaped curve random sample. Once you get warmed up, calculate your differences, put your comments in there, tell me what kind of machine you had, tell us what kind of course you flew, and tell us your percentage based on 50 or 60 grams of added weight. I'm curious to pull some data here other than just my own data, living in a vacuum out here. Make sure to go check out GoDroneX.com. You can see all of our race results. I've got some good articles, including how to race prep a quad. And make sure to go out and visit our GoDroneX Facebook site, and you can find out a lot of things that are going on, like our X1 Cup. Now, go light it up.
GoDroneX!
See race results at GoDroneX.com and join the conversation on Facebook at GoDroneX and FPV Racers. If you would like GoDroneX to perform at your next event or festival, contact us at GoDroneX.com. Now, go light it up.